Hey guys, Noah here, and you know what time it is? The estimated lineup video. Yes, sorry, I sound really stupid. I'm really sorry, guys, but okay, this is the estimated lineup for next season, the 18-19 season. This lineup is very different. It's similar in a way, but it's really different. Most likely this lineup is honestly going to be obviously different. I mean, it's different every year, but this is what I see right now is the lineup, and in my opinion, this is probably the lineup that could get us in the playoffs. But yeah. Anyway, let's go. So first line, it's different. We have Bukestad, Barkov, and Dadonov. The reason I did not do the Huberto, Barkov, Dadonov is it worked well, but last season they collapsed a bit. And sorry for the noise. It's the 4th of July. Everybody's doing fireworks. So yeah. Anyway, the Huberto, Barkov, Dadonov line. It feels like they weren't like they were doing well, but in my opinion, they weren't doing as well as they should have been. So that's why I think if we could put Bukestad on the first line with Barkov and Dadonov, that could generate some scoring. But that could also help out with the second line, as we have Huberto, Trocheck, and Hoffman. This is going to be a huge line. I mean, in my opinion, this is probably one of the top lines in the league right now. I mean, our second line of Huberto, Trocheck, Hoffman, because we have Huberto, Trocheck, and Hoffman, who are all easily potential 30 goal scorers, and we haven't had that since really the 15-16 season. Well, yeah, you guys know how that went, but so yeah, that's our second line. And third line, this line is still pretty strong in my opinion. McGinn, Vetrano, Malgin. Again, I'm not really too thrilled of McGinn still. I honestly think he's probably one of the weaker players on our forward lines, but again, he's still a somewhat important impact. He has a great forecheck. He has a great hitting ability, things like that. Yeah, Vetrano easily 40 points, and Malgin, he's just getting into his into his prime. He's like 21, so yeah, he's still young. It's good we have those younger guys on our lower lines, so we can maybe in the future bring them up into our upper lines. So yeah, last line, this is really a strong line in my opinion. Well, it's not as strong as our first and second, but it's still pretty strong for what it is. We have Mammon, McCann, and Sevier. Again, Mammon, very young. Came last year, played like 26 games, got a couple goals, a couple points. I think that's honestly great. For somebody who's very young and developing, giving them that fourth line position will develop them in the future, and again be one of our better players in the future. McCann, we just signed the contract to him, and he's pretty much guaranteed a spot. Maybe he could possibly get third line, and we could bump Vetrano down. I don't know, but I think McCann should be on the fourth line. And Sevier, he's a huge part of this team. Regardless how many goals he scores, he's still very important. Offensive wise, things like that. And you guys haven't realized this, but I didn't say Mackenzie or Haley's name. Do you want me to tell you why? In my opinion, sorry guys. And the reason I don't have Mackenzie or Haley in the lineup is I honestly don't care who has the captain for this team or who doesn't, but Mackenzie does not show he is a good captain in the NHL. I mean, he really just takes up roster space that we should be having. He does not put up the amount of points he should be. I mean, am I saying him to get 50 points in a season? No, I mean, he should at least be putting up 15, 20 points. I mean, I understand he's 37 years old, but I mean, he can't be yes, he had 14 points or something last season, but he should really be putting up 20 in my opinion. And he just takes up roster space. I mean, and speaking of that, there are several people on this team who honestly deserve the captaincy more than he does. And next is Michael Haley. He's just really messed up everywhere. I mean, I don't care if he has 212 penalty minutes. I mean, what does that do? I mean, I fights. I mean, they just I understand if your teammates are in trouble and they need assistance, but I mean, you don't have to keep fighting every time and then giving up penalties, and then the other team scores, and yeah, I mean, it just wastes time. People get hurt. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. So I honestly don't want Haley on this team whatsoever. But according to the Panthers, there needs to be skill and aggressiveness. So yeah, and so extras. These are pretty solid extras. We have Borgstrom, Tippett, Hopola, Hunt, Balassi, Thompson. Oh, we just got Thompson back from Vegas. Welcome back, Thompson and Paul Thompson, and Jace Howard Luck. I'm actually surprised Howard Luck didn't get a spot on this team yet. I think he was drafted in 2013, and yeah, he just hasn't gotten a spot, but hopefully he will soon. So those are our offensive lines. I personally think if those are our lines this season, that those look like playoff contending lines. All right, not like last year's lines, not the year before's lines. These are the lines. All right, and I understand I'm no like hockey expert, but I know enough. These players have been with each other. Well, the top two, pretty much Bukestad, Barkov, Huberdeau, Trocheck. Those are the players that's been with us through thick and thin. Dadonov too, but he didn't come until after he was with us before. So I think those four players, them being on the top two lines, is huge. And Bukestad, Barkov, Huberdeau, Trocheck, are so important to this team. I really don't you guys don't even know, they're so important. So next, our defensive lines. Ekblad, Matheson. All right, the Ekblad Yandel thing did not work out at all, guys. Last season, it was just messed up everywhere. Yandel was making mistakes while Ekblad was just being afraid. I don't know. I think if he plays with Matheson, they're both young guys, so they could develop together. I mean, we have to think. I mean, Bugner has think all about this stuff. So yeah, that's it. Next pairing is Yandel and Kieselowicz. We signed Kieselowicz from I think the KHL. I'm sure he'll get a spot on this team. The Panthers said they needed more defensive core, and we needed that extra defensive guy, so they were claiming Kieselowicz had it. They know what's best for this team. All right. I honestly don't really understand how all this works, but yeah, if they need Kieselowicz, they need Kieselowicz. Whatever gives us the wins. All right. And then last defensive pairing, this is pretty much a very weak, well, not weak, but not as strong pairing. Pysyk and Weegar. Pysyk, he's done pretty well his first season with us, but last year he was honestly terrible. Hopefully he could rebound this year. We signed that contract. I think it was worth like 2.5 per season. So yeah, and Weegar, he's a pretty good defenseman. I mean, he's not the best offensive defenseman, but defenseman doesn't mean offensive. Defenseman doesn't mean forward. It means defenseman. All right, so we're not expecting Weegar to be like a Brent Burns type of player who scores 25, 30 goals a season like he did a couple years ago. And you guys may have noticed no Alex Petrovich. Petrovich, I understand he's just a waste of I wouldn't say cap space, even though he's a restricted free agent. I mean, he's a restricted free agent now, but we shouldn't re-sign him. Or I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying release him or whatever. I honestly don't really know how this works, but yeah, I don't think we should sign Petrovich. Those defensive lines are fine. I don't understand why we need to take out Kieselowicz, Weegar, and we have and yeah. So extras for our defensemen. We have McCoshen. The reason I didn't put McCoshen is he kind of had a slow start last year. He was minus 15 or something like that, and we can't have that. At least Weegar was in the positive, so I think that's very important because your plus minus really means a lot. It means if you're on the ice. I understand sometimes it's just a coincidence, but it really means something. It means that you're actually defending the other team from scoring. And next is, I don't know how you pronounce this guy's name, Thomas Schmish or Shemich. Shemish. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But I think he could be a defensive aspect too. I mean, he's been a prospect with us for a while. He impressed Dale. He impressed a lot of fans like me. So I think he's a good backup. So yeah, now we're on the goalies. All right. This may be debatable. I mean, obviously we have Luongo to start, but who's going to be our backup goaltender? All right. And this is my opinion. I'll stay quiet for like a couple of seconds so you guys can maybe think about what I'm saying. And I think Hutchinson should be our backup this season, and I'll tell you why. Personally, Reimer has not proven himself to be a starting goaltender. He had several opportunities last year, and he just blew it every time. Well, not every time, but his save percentage was very low. Well, he rebounded, then it just came very low again. Like, he can't be consistent throughout the season. Yes, I understand goalies have their ups and downs, but once Luongo retires, we can't be relying on Reimer to settle this. We need to go with Hutchinson, who's I mean, he's played in the minors a lot, but I think he has that potential with us, and then he could get things going, because we really can't trust Reimer for a starting position once Luongo retires. All right, and that's what I think. Hutchinson should start. No, I'm sorry, should be backup. But now, where does Reimer go? We trade him. Okay, we need to trade Reimer. All right, there's several other. I don't care if we get we could trade him for like a second, third round pick. I don't care. Preferably second round next year, but it depends what teams are willing to give up for. And then extras, we have Samuel Montembeault, Evan Cowley, our goaltenders in Springfield. Montembeault played pretty good. Cowley's never played. I don't think he's ever played in the NHL before, so we have to give him a chance. So, yeah, those are my lines. Comment what you guys think, and I'll see you soon. See you guys.